We have the Director General of the National Sports Commission, Ademola Bukola Olopade. How do you feel today? Here to celebrate Nigerian talents.
As expected, I'm very glad with the outcome. But let me speak on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I know I speak his mind when I say he's very elated and also extends his hands of congratulation to all the winners, especially the king of African football as it is today, Ademola Lookman. On behalf of the chairman of the Sports Commission also, I believe strongly his joy would know no bound as we speak. He asked me to come here and of course to represent the country and the National Sports Commission. So it leaves me with a good taste in my mouth, living here tonight with Ademola Lookman as the king of football, Chiamaka, best goalkeeper, and you look all around the entire organization of these awards, Nigerians were everywhere winning laurels. And that's a good thing and a good place to start with a new vision of Mr. President of creating an ecosystem that is economic based, that is going to drive more private sector involvement in sports. These sort of results would always encourage the private sector to be part of sports. I've had calls from different people. Emmanuel Dafemefenim of Premium Trust Bank, who has been supporting sports across board, whose bank also as sponsors of the NFL, has called me and sent congratulatory messages and asked me to extend such to all the winners, especially Ademola Lookman. So yes, in answer to your question, it's a very exciting night.
DG, your work seems cut out. Let's go straight up into the main source. I know you develop talent, you've worked very hard to bring private sector into sports business. Now, a lot of people are expecting so much, from the National Sports Commission, because of course it's Bukola Olopade in the saddle, of course running and operating with Malam Shehu Diko. Getting the infrastructures right, getting grassroots talent discovery right. Would you say you hit the ground running, and how soon are we going to start seeing results? Because that's all Nigerians want to see.
Without doubt, and I feel we've started very well. We've hit the ground running. A few things that we've brought to the table have never been seen before in sports. For example, having direct access with Mr. President, sitting down on the round table to discuss the issues that are germane, discussing the issues that are germane to the quick, rapid development of sports and creating that sports economy was, for me, a master stroke. Secondly, in the words of my chairman, Shehu Diko, we are no longer going to be a consumer
institution,
agency or institution. We are going to be both a consumer and productive agency. What does that mean? It simply means the pot that is used to cook the soup, which is infrastructure you spoke about, will be our priority in order to create an ecosystem where people will thrive in different kind of sports. Esports, for example, we believe can stand toe-to-toe with football. But that's a sport that takes care of 46 million Nigerians. Imagine creating just an ecosystem of employment from that community. And so we are looking at all of those areas and putting in place systems that will create not just podium stand for us as a country, but also that can empower a lot of young Nigerians.
FIFA Council member, Mr. Amaju Pinnick right here. How do you feel today? Osimhen handed it to Ademola Lookman. These are boys that you saw grow up, and you worked also to ensure Lookman joined, Nigeria instead of England.
Congratulations to Lookman, congratulations to the Super Eagles, congratulations to the Nigerian Football Federation. I feel extremely fulfilled. Because I remember in 2019 when I was struggling to bring him, that's his dad, tell you, this correspondence is not ready, this is not ready. But I was very consistent in my mission in ensuring that I got him to play then. And I recall the first game he played against Ghana, I think, with Massive, and I said to them that, would you watch out for this guy? And today the NFF have been able to nurture him, giving him everything that he needed. And today, look at Ademola Lookman, we are all very proud of him. And kudos also to Hakimi, Ashraf Hakimi. He has been one of the most consistent players from this continent. Really and truly, everybody mentioned they truly deserve it. But God knows why. So to me, it's win-win for everybody, Morocco, Nigeria, everybody. So and I feel extremely fulfilled.
Does this
Last year was Osimhen. I recall our first moment when we were in Chile. That was one of my first assignments as president, 2015. And I know what I told Osimhen before the final game. And by God's grace now is Ademola Lookman. So it's something of great excitement, not just to me, to the Nigerian football family and the entire country. These are positives coming out of Nigeria, and it's coming out from football.
Does this validate, some of your efforts back then when you were president of the NFF, when you went around to try and get some of these talents, of Nigerian origin, to play for us, and now they are turning out. I know it's doing very well. Ademola has just claimed it. We've had Ekong did also very well.
All these players were, but like I said, football is continuity. So I must give credit to the current Football Federation. It's not just by discovering, nurturing, but by maintaining and ensuring their consistency globally and locally. So we have demonstrated. So I'm very, very happy about that, extremely, So kudos to the president and his team, And like I said, it's something I recall a lot of moments. I recall just before we played his first game, there were a correspondent I needed. I had to rush to a Kogi club to meet the dad in ensuring that I got that. Personally, that's his dad, you can ask him. So it was a lot of effort. I was to do this interview last week, but I didn't want to sway. I wanted the vote to be quite organic. A lot of people called me to talk about this. The role that I played, I didn't want to. I wanted everything to be organic, and thank God everything went well. And like I said, we are very proud of him, but this should be a tonic for greater things to come for him. And you see, I don't just, when I was in NFL, I recall when even Musa was about to be dropped from a match, 2-3 matches to the World Cup, because he wasn't playing for Leicester, a lot of issues. And I called the coach, I don't intervene, but Musa must go for this game. One of these international friendly games. He said, why? I said, this is my own, in Delta we call it slot. He must go. He said, I'm not going to. I said, let him be the 24th player. And guess what? Musa was the hero 2018. So I'm not giving myself credit, but there are some things that God just imputed me to say do. And
Okay. Ojobi, you have it.
Speaking about your legacy, sir, it was under your tenure we managed to convince, if that's the right word, to bring Ademola Lookman to represent Nigeria, and you're here today. How does it make you feel?
What about it would be?
Yes, he will be, but Lookman now is the man of the moment. How
If
does
that's
that
me,
make you feel?
I mean, I feel fulfilled. I also congratulate the current NFF. It's not just bringing him, but also he's been very consistent. And consistency is not limited to just him. It's limited to his superintendent, the Nigerian Football Federation, that has kept faith with him also over the years, It's not everybody. There were a lot of players that started with him, but some fell out. But he's been quite consistent. He's been quite spiritual. He's been quite faithful, and he's a player that plays both for the national team and for his club. There are some players that just play for the club. I don't want to mention names, and you know them. But some, they are both national team players and that's where he falls in.
Thank you very much, sir.